Why is there always hair, animal hair, other people's hair that isn't mine on my face? Hello boys and girls, welcome to the February vlog where I've filmed little bits and pieces throughout this month and I'm going to attempt to slam them together in one video, make them seem cohesive, convince you that I had a plan and this isn't just all done on a whim. And we're gonna see how that goes. I hope you enjoy the video. Well, I've just finished cleaning Osmium's cage out. It needed a full clean, so I've been here a little while trying to sort everything out, set it up, make it look all nice. It smells lovely again, and she seems quite happy. She's only been in here a minute. I've given her a burrowing hill this time around because this is kind of what I'm going to be recreating in the Billy XL. She's going to be having a completely natural setup, which is what she's had for a while now. I've been giving her a natural setup in the test tube, but of course the Billy XL is a lot bigger, so I'm going to be able to do a lot more with it, like I used to do with potassium. Hey you can't come back out. Naughty thing, go explore all your new stuff. You've got plenty to do, plenty to look at. It all smells nice and clean. Oh, she's such a little troublemaker. She's a real sweetheart though. It's been fantastic for me the last couple of weeks because although when she was younger she wasn't really that into human attention, she very much kept to herself. The older she's got, the more social she's become with me, which has been really lovely. That kind of behaviour change isn't that uncommon. I've found it with quite a few of my past wolf hamsters. They've started off really shy and keeping to themselves for a very, very, very long time. And then once they get older, they just suddenly turn around and decide, hey, actually I like people now. So she's been great these last few weeks, especially without iodine. I've just got her and Zinc left now out of my rodents. Hey, where you going? No, I don't think so. Anyway, getting back to this hill thing, this is literally just a huge pile of substrate, as you can tell. We've got aspen and pellets mixed up just because I find it's great for them to burrow in. She's mainly going to have soil in her natural setup because, again, it's really good for them to burrow in. I found that was great to use when I had amylase in a natural setup. And I think she's probably going to have some aspen and pellets in there as well. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do for that setup because I've done so many natural setups in the past that I have a lot of different setups that I can take inspiration from. So I'm not 100% sure. I think I'm going to be putting live plants in though. I hope I will because that's something I only ever did with amylase. I don't think I did that. This is the first time I've seen you using that wheel. Seriously? I put that in there so many weeks ago and I was like, she's not using it. I don't think she's using it at all. I found pee on it today and I thought that was a bit weird and then thought maybe she was just using it as a toilet. I can't believe you figured out how to use that and I hadn't even noticed. Well done. I'm happy for you. I'm glad because I actually want to put that in the natural cage. In the side of the burrowing hill I've got a bunch of PVC pipes and these are just to help her start off her tunnels. Most hamsters are able to do it pretty easily without the help, but I do like the look of it. I like that very stable entrance. Ooh, a little sand bath. Hi. Oh, I love watching them roll in the baths. Oh, you're not going to go again. Of course you're not. Not when the camera's actually on you. That would be silly. You know what we haven't done, sweetheart? We haven't weighed you. This would be probably the best opportunity to do it. So I'm going to go get the scales and let's see how tiny she still is. 29! You got bigger! Wow. Okay. I believe her last weigh-in she was 27, 28 grams, somewhere around that. I need to check her papers. So she has put on a little bit of weight. That was a while ago. I've unfortunately been falling behind a little bit on their weighing, which is not good. I need to get back on top of that. Hey! But I'm very happy. I'd rather they were putting on weight than losing weight, so I'm not going to complain about a gram or two in gain. Especially because she does seem otherwise healthy. Got a good appetite on you, haven't you? Yeah, I saw that. You tried to nibble my finger. Ow. She's chewing on the back of my hand. What are you doing? You're just frustrated now, eh? I'm going to close you in so you can settle back down, because otherwise you're going to be going crazy like this. No. Good night, sweetie. Oh, because there's always someone who asks where the water bottle is. It's right there. It's on the outside of the door. It pokes in onto that little shelf, and that's where she sits to have a drink. Oh, there it is. She's having her food now. Good. She should settle down a bit now. What's the matter with you? You can't see anything. It's so much taller than you. Well done. Rodney is unfortunately back in the cone of shame. He's been rubbing his eye again. I think he's been slightly irritated by the pollen outside now that it's wintertime and the rain is starting to fall. All the grass is growing, all the flowers are growing. It's beautiful to look at, but not so great for a dog that apparently has allergies. So yeah, he's got some eye drops, he's got some tablets and things, and he's got his cone of shame. In other news though, we finally, after months of needing one, have our new sofa. This is the IKEA clip-on sofa. We were going to get it in grey originally, but they were sold out of the grey covers. So I got a bright yellow one. I figured I could get the grey cover in a couple of months' time when they have it back in stock. And we can finally say goodbye to this very sad, very used sofa that has been ripped to shreds by previously puppy Rodney. What are you two doing? Rodney looks so prepared. I love his harness. It's fantastic. But with the harness and the collar and the cone, he's got so much going on. And this boy still needs a haircut. Look at the state of you. I keep getting comments. Whenever I post pictures of him, I get messages from people saying, you need to brush him, you need to brush him. This is what he looks like after he's been brushed. He has really weird fur. He goes very fluffy for about 30 minutes. And then it just goes back to this. It's just the type of fur he has. So it always looks scruffy, which is one of the reasons why he needs a haircut. But also because this is basically like slug magnet right here. He goes out into the fields in the really long grass and he comes back soaking wet and smelling and covered in bugs and other nasty things. So, yeah. Before I do anything else though, I can give you an update on Osmium's cage. I know I've not been sharing any of this just because I want to keep it a surprise. I don't 100% know how it's going to turn out in the end because I keep changing my mind about things, keep changing plans, keep going back to original plans after making new ones. So I want to keep it secret until the final reveal. That is the loudest drinking ever. But I was finally able to make an order for the decor for the inside. So I've bought a bunch of driftwood and some branches and some other natural things that'll look lovely. But this has taken me so long to do, mainly because are those goats out there? Where are my glasses? It's a herd of goats out for their morning walk. Ah, they're adorable. I can't wait till they bring them close to the apartments. They're so cute. Brief distraction aside, the reason it's taken me so long to buy the decor for the inside of the cage is mainly because every time I go on a website, and I'm so sick and tired of this happening, some of you guys know how flippin' difficult it is to find online companies of any kind, not just pet care, that will ship out to Cyprus. For some reason, people don't like our island. I don't know what that's all about. They just don't like it. And I have had repeated moments of joy and heartbreak over the last couple of weeks finding websites that ship to Cyprus. It says in their thing that they ship to Cyprus, they give the cost of shipping, and it's all reasonable and I don't mind it, and they sell great products. And then I make the order, I place the order, I pay for the order, and then I wait for the shipping email to confirm that it's on its way, and instead I get an email saying I've been refunded because this company doesn't ship to Cyprus. Then I go back to their website and oh, magically, Cyprus has disappeared off their delivery list. Before people suggest Amazon as an option, unfortunately again, a lot of those sellers don't ship out to Cyprus, and many that do charge an absolute fortune, more than the product actually costs to ship out here. Anyway, in the end, I decided to make an order from Viovet, which I do love, but their shipping is again quite expensive. If you order for less than 2 kilos and it's international shipping, it's about 12 euros. But if you order more than 2 kilos, which this definitely was going to be, it is 27, 28 euros, I think, round about that. So it's quite high, and you have to order quite a lot to really justify such a high price. So I bought, I think, 12 items, and the total cost of those with the shipping came to about 100 euros, which, ouch. Luckily, I do put money aside for the pets each month, and anything that doesn't get spent from the pets rolls over into the next month, so I had some spare pet fund money to buy just stuff with not even their medical money, just stuff, and that had been rolling over for several months, so I had some spare, and I was like, I don't want to spend that much in shipping, but I really want this cage to look good, and Osmium would really love this, so sod it. We're doing it. We're spending 100 euros. So there's your update on how Osmium's cage is going. It's been a nightmare to try and find the stuff to put in it, which has been a huge delay, not to mention my health is still up and down, so I can't work on the cage as often as I want to, but we're getting there, it's not been forgotten, it's not been left behind. I'm just working very slowly on it. Wouldn't be one of my vlogs if we weren't cleaning out the mouse cage in it. I don't clean this cage out that frequently, I don't have to, but I feel like it's in every one of my vlogs. I don't know what that's about. Zinc is awake right now, I can hear him scrabbling about in his nest, but he's been really antisocial today, didn't want to come out for playtime. Oh, there's a little nose. Hello. Didn't want to come out to see me at all, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get him out while I do the cleaning. Hi, you going to stay in your nest? Right, we're going to take some stuff out first while he's pottering around. I think he's going to figure out what's going on. We're doing a full clean out today. Well, full clean out. We're not doing spot cleaning is what I mean. I'm going to be taking out all the substrate, doing the 2/3 to 1/3 changeover substrate. If you don't know what that is, you remove 2/3 of the old substrate and you keep 1/3 of it in the cage, and that's just to keep the animal's scent in there, make sure that it still smells like home, they still smell safe, helps to reduce stress, which is, or can be, a big issue when you're cleaning out the cages. That goes for hamsters as well. Basically, because animals like mice and hamsters don't have fantastic eyesight and rely mainly on their sense of smell for finding their way around, making sure that their home maintains that familiar smell is important. Anyway, I've talked all about that cleaning method, the 1/3 cleaning method, in so many videos. I have videos specifically about cleaning cages. They're mainly about cleaning hamster cages, but it's the same thing. I can see the light flashing on my camera. Great timing, wonderful, perfect. You gonna get back into your nest? Yeah, back in the nest, of course. So you may go dark for a little bit, but that's fine, because you have seen me clean this a billion times over. I'm not worried. And if you haven't seen me clean this a billion times over, I have a video dedicated to me cleaning this cage as well as Osmium's cage. Oh, I should also mention, in the last couple of videos I've done, I've been filming in front of the test tube because obviously I'm doing the work on the Billy XL and I don't want to film in front of that and spoil it all for you. So I filmed in front of the test tube instead. And so many people, because I'd be sat on the floor in front of Osmium's cage and in front of the middle cage, and so many people will go, where's Zinc? Why is he not in his cage? What's happened to him? Zinc is on the top floor. This is a 3-level cage. He doesn't fit in the frame, so he's here, he exists, he just doesn't fit in the frame when I'm filming in front of the test tube. To be fair, I could film so that you can see him, but then you wouldn't be able to see Osmium, and then I'd get the same questions about her, so I can't win. God, you really chewed at that house again, haven't you? I need to make him a few new toys. I think I want to make him some more hammocks, and also some cardboard toys to play in, because he loves his cardboard boxes. I tend to avoid cardboard simply because he stinks it up really quickly, which is how I know the substrate is doing a good job. He clearly is a typical smelly male mouse, but it just depends on what he's peeing on, because some stuff absorbs the odour really well, like the pellets and the aspin, and some stuff like cardboard and paper doesn't. Oh, also, he might be using a wheel at last. I have had Zinc for over a year and I've had so many problems getting him to use a wheel. He just isn't interested in using one. And I gave him the purple version of this a while back. Same deal, ignored it. I've tried him on so many different kinds of wheels, flying saucers, traditional wheels, homemade, commercial one, all of them. Not interested. This one was Osmium's forever, and he'd never ever gone on this one, but it's just a blue version of the purple one, so I thought that doesn't make any difference. Osmium now has the flying saucer, which she likes, so I thought, on the off chance, I'm just going to put the blue one in there. I'm just going to see, you know, gave it a good clean up, of course, so it doesn't smell like Ozzy. And I actually got this footage of him, which I will pop in here, where he was kind of using it. I've not seen him use it since, but maybe it's hopeful. Anyway, watch the footage while I finish cleaning. I think that's going to do for now. I didn't end up making any extra toys to put in there just because I spent so much time trying to decide what I was going to put in this time and what order to put things in, and completely designing a new setup for him, that it's actually taken me 2 hours to do this. Just the cleaning itself only takes about 20 minutes, but if I don't have a plan for the setup, if I don't know what I'm doing going in, it can take so much time. And so here is what it looks like. It's very bright and colourful. I like it. I'm happy with it. I think he's going to enjoy it. He's got a few new things in there that he's not had for a while. Some things that he hasn't had at all, like the bendy tubes. I don't normally put these in with him. I was finally able to convince Zinc to get in his sandwich box, so he's been napping in here while I've been sorting out the cage. But I accidentally woke him up because I hung one of his toys in that has a bell on the bottom that I ring whenever I give him fresh food, so he got all excited hearing that bell, thinking that it's dinner time. So I think it's time to pop him back and actually feed him. And he's straight into a bendy tube. Oh, and for those 2 people already typing out their comments, Zinc lives alone because he is an intact male mouse, and intact male mice have to live on their own because they will breed with females and they will fight with other males. And no, he doesn't have too many toys. That is a genuine complaint that I get. And the final touch is I filled his ground house as well as his favourite Sputnik up with some shredded tissue so he can nest with it. And also, once again, for those who are wondering, his water bottle is here on the outside. Hello. And I'm going to head off for a sit down now because I am absolutely exhausted. So that was a summarised roundup of my February 2019. Hopefully this vlog worked out okay. I'm filming this bit before I've actually edited the video together, so this may have all just been a huge pile of mess. If for some reason you did still enjoy this video, please don't forget to leave a thumbs up. You can also share the video with your friends and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye!